Das hat das mit dir zu tun, du Vollidiot. Und die letzte Skizze. Auch wieder die Blume.
Boring, just like everything else in this sketch.
Interesting.
Oh, what? You actually found something without my help? I'm shocked.
Ja, und zwar, dass wo eine Blume ist, du
Wait,
Vollhaus.
what's that? I see an important clue. Just kidding.
Oh, der hat keinen Bock mehr. Der ist so zickig, Alter.
Maybe you should write crazy over your bed.
Upton?
What is it, Fordham?
About those crime scene sketches.
Yes?
Wie sind Sie in die Skizzen gekommen? Ich glaube, ich habe ein... ja, erstmal hier.
How in the ether were you able to get these sketches out from the department?
I told you, they're just duplicates. Snelling installed one of those fancy new Faro duplicators a few months ago. They let you copy any document. Trust me, nobody even noticed that I took the sketches from evidence. I know how to cover my tracks.
I certainly hope so.
Ja, hier.
I think I found a connection.
I knew you would. What is it?
Die Blumenszene.
There's a single flower at each crime scene. They look deliberately placed.
There is? Let me have a look. You're right. One lily at each scene.
Wait, what did you say?
These flowers, they're lilies. Easter lilies, I think.
I don't believe it.
Upton, this is incredible. This is the lead I've been searching for.
What? You mean for another case?
The flower shop burglar. He was stealing Easter lilies. And I distinctly remember him saying something about his desire to uphold justice. At the time, I thought it was just the rambling of a lunatic, but now it seems so obvious.
So the flower shop burglar is the justice killer?
It seems too much of a coincidence otherwise.
Well, then that's wonderful. You can kill two birds with one stone. Excellent work, Fordham. I knew you could do it.
Aufgabe notiert. Justice Killer. Über sie selbst erstmal kurz.
Everything all right with you?
Oh, I'm getting by. I expect things will go back to normal once this killer is caught.
Ja, das glaube ich auch.
I haven't worn out my welcome here yet, have I?
No, you're still tolerable. But when was the last time you washed your hair?
Ist ein paar Monate her.
You're
Wecker?
starting to sound like Adelaide.
Der Justice Killer.
What exactly are the details regarding this justice killer?
The killings began a few months ago, and so far he's claimed 5 victims. The department wanted to keep this information out of the public eye to prevent a panic, but word has gotten out. On the bright side, it makes your involvement in the case much less suspicious.
Vorherige Opfer.
What can you tell me about the previous victims?
4 men from Chumley: Hannibal Kirkland, Reggie Willingham, Ennis Bowditch, and Burley Cause. No known connection between any of them aside from the borough they lived in. I have copies of the police reports from each of the crime scenes. Go ahead and take them.
Thank you, Upton.
Gut, und das neueste Opfer.
What are the details regarding the killer's latest victim?
As I mentioned, the victim is Percival McDonough, a member of Parliament. He was found this morning by his secretary in his office. I expect the official investigation is still underway.
So the killer managed to get into the Houses of Parliament. No easy feat.
You can say that again. It's the killer's first high-profile victim. It means he's getting bolder.
I suppose I'll have to drop by and see for myself. I should get back to it.
Not a bad idea.
Right. I think I have enough information to get started. I think I'll begin with...
Odd. I wasn't expecting company. Chief Snelling?
Oh. Die Dinger sind doch da!
Uh-oh.
Upton, we need to talk. Fordham, I should have guessed I'd find you here.
Chief Snelling, welche angenehme Überraschung. Mit Ihnen hätte ich heute nicht gerechnet. Sollen Sie nicht gerade den Justice Killer jagen? Oh Gott, nein!
Ah, Chief Snelling. What a pleasant surprise.
I'm equally pleased to see you, Fordham. Although, having you here does save me a bit of trouble.
Trouble?
Oh,
Those
oh.
are some rather interesting decorations. Would either of you care to explain how they got here?
And once again, the jig is up. I hope you can talk your way out of this one, too.
Hier?
I brought them here, after I made duplicates and took them from the police department.
Nice try, Fordham, but I know for a fact that isn't true. The Ferroduplicator makes a report of every employee who uses it, as well as what was copied.
Ups.
A rather useful feature for instances such as these. Wouldn't you agree?
Ja.
These gadgets are gonna be the undoing of us all.
Aha, da gebe ich dir recht, Bill.
In any case, I did some digging and discovered some intriguing information.
Oh.
Upton, why have you been passing on classified police information to Mr. Fordham?
Weil wir Fälle damit gelöst haben?
Because he's the best detective you ever had on the force, and you know it.
Is that right? Personally, I don't consider getting your partner killed the mark of a great detective. But what's done is done. Constance Upton, your employment with the New Britannia Police Department is hereby terminated.
But
I should add that it's only because of your 25 years of dedicated service that I'm not pressing charges against you. But as for you, Fordham, I have enough evidence to place you under arrest for obstruction of justice and interfering with police
What the
investigations.
fuck, Alter? Halt die Fresse. Wahrscheinlich ist auch noch der Flower Program Radler, der Blumendieb da, ne? Na, irgendwie, wenn ich mal so drüber nachdenke im Großen und Ganzen. Ja. Ja. Das ist logisch. Wer kommt denn sonst zum Parlamentsmitglied so einfach ins Gebäude rein? Wie der Polizeichef. Boah, du Bastard.
Do you have anything to say in your defense before I take you in for questioning?
Hier.
Yes, as a matter of fact, I do. I know who the Justice Killer is.
Fordham, if this is your idea of a diversion...
It's true. I found a link in the sketches of the crime scenes.
All right, let's hear it then. What do you think you found?
I'll tell you if you promise to let me take the case.
Oh.
Out of the question, Fordham. This is a police matter.
Tja, dann hast du verkackt.
and the police haven't made progress in months. Fordham figured it out in a matter of minutes.
Tja, touché.
Admit it, Snelling. Fordham is your best shot at finding the killer. Are you gonna let your personal differences put the people of this city in danger?
Fine. I'll let you continue to operate as an assistant in this case, if you have actually found something of value. Now, what is this link?
He leaves a single Easter lily at each crime scene. The same type of flowers the burglar in the chum was stealing.
I see. A tenuous link, but plausible. I'll give you until tomorrow afternoon. If you haven't come up with anything, I'm throwing you in jail.
Wie konnte denn das eigentlich nicht auffallen, ey? Ich fand schon die erste Blume total verdächtig, die da lag.
Sounds fair to me.
And don't get any clever ideas about leaving town, either.
Come now, would I do something like that?
Fordham, it seems there's no telling what you might do. I'm probably a fool for not clapping you in irons right here and now. When you have something to report, come find me in my office. Don't make me regret this.
Well, that went better than I expected.
Except you're still fired. I didn't have a chance to get him to change his mind.
We'll worry about that after you catch the killer. In the meantime, I could use a drink. I'll see you later, Fordham.
Bis dann.
Well, better get to work then. The clock is ticking. Should have listened to you.
Klaviernotiz erstmal. Den Justice Killer finden. Percival McDonoughs Büro im Parlamentsgebäude untersuchen. Hinweis, verdächtige Dokument. Hannibal Cleargant. Namensopfer ist Hannibal Cleargant, Alter 32, Ursache Kopfschuss, Beruf Eisenkocher bei der Eisenhütte, Terrorborn, Colmondelli. Kurzbericht: Polizei fand Kirkland in seiner Wohnung, nachdem sein Vorarbeiter angezeigt hatte, dass er nicht zur Arbeit erschienen war. Außer dem Wort Justice, aus seinem Tatort mit Blut geschrieben stand, nichts Auffälliges am Tatort. Keine Zeugen, nichts von Interesse. Kirklands Privatleben ermittelt. Namensopfer ist Reggie Willingham, Alter 47, Ursache Kopfschuss, Beruf Fahrer bei Taxi Colson. Kurzbericht: Polizei fand Willingham zu Hause, nachdem sein Arbeitgeber einen Vermisstenanzeige aufgab. Tatort untersucht, aber keine ungewöhnlichen Dinge festgestellt, bis das Wort Justice, das mit Blut an die Wand geschrieben wurde. Keine Zeugen, Leben und Gewohnheiten von Willingham ergaben keine Auffälligkeiten. Ennis Bowditch. Namensopfer eines Bowditch, Alter 29, Todessache Headshot. Beruf Bauarbeiter an der Brücke von Cascone nach Colmondelli. Kurzbericht: Polizei fand Bowditch zu Hause auf, nachdem sein Arbeitgeber die Polizei verständigte. Tatort zeigt typische Spuren des sogenannten Justice Killers, aber ansonsten keine weiteren Hinweise. Keine Zeugen, keine Erkenntnisse durch Befragung seiner Kollegen und einer Ex-Freundin. Burley Coast, Name des Opfers Burley Coast, 26, Ursache Headshot. Beruf Lampenanzünder im Bereich des zentralen Lampendepots Worcester. Kurzbericht: Nachdem die Nachbarin Etienne Wilson einen Schuss gemeldet hatte, fand Officer Douglas Parsons ihn in seiner Wohnung. Parsons untersuchte den Tatort und fand das... Warte mal... Justice, aber keinen weiteren Hinweis. Nachforschungen zu Coases Privatleben und Gewohnheiten ergaben keine weiteren Hinweise. So, was haben wir da? Taxi. Dann, Polizeirevier, Parlament, Brückenbaustelle, Utopium, Eisenhütte. Wenn wir schon mal hier sind, dann gehen wir mal hier hin. Ausgang, Schild.
Remember, a black eye is not a badge of honor. Anyone picking a fight will be dismissed immediately.
Bloß euch sehr mit der Hilfe, ein Steher einfängt, wird augenblicklich entlassen.
Well, that's hardly any fun, is it?
Ach, jetzt, Bill. Droschentaxi, mit dem können wir reden. Mechaniker. Was gibt's hier? Nix.
I thought about a career as a mechanic once. Glad I chose police work. Way less messy.
Was sind weniger Unfälle? Hehe. Was? Droschken-Taxi.
A good old reliable handsome cab. Nothing fancy, just gets you from point A to point B. The way it should be.
Ja, schon, okay, passt doch. So, Taxifahrer.
Good evening.
Evening to you, sir. If you're looking for a job, I'm afraid we're currently all booked up.
No, actually, I was wondering if I might ask you a few questions.
Shouldn't be a problem.
Okay, sehr gut. Reggie Wilhelm, der Justice Killer, Colson Taxis über ihn selbst. Hier.
What can you tell me about Colson Cabs?
Not a bad place, really. Only problem is the number of people always coming here for work. Lots of folks think driving a cab is an easy job that anyone can do, but that's not the case. You need to know this city like the back of your hand. And it helps to know how to drive. So we get lots of fellas starting here who don't have the slightest clue what they're doing. They don't last long.
What about the automated cabs? Are those a problem for you?
I prefer not to think about those. Colson said he's got no plans to replace his fleet, so it's all that matters to me.
Tauschen das für mich. Aha, okay. Na, über ihn selbst.
So you're a driver here?
I am, sir. The pay isn't so great, but beats starving to death in the gutter.
That's true.
Don't know what else to tell you, really.
Über Reggie Willingham.
Did you know Reggie Willingham?
Reggie? Sure, I knew him. Well, just as rather I didn't.
Oh? Why do you say that?
The man was a bore, a scoundrel, a no-good bounder.
Okay.
I wish he would tell us how he really felt.
Only reason they kept him on here was because he was a good driver.
So it's fair to say you didn't like him?
Nobody did. When I heard he'd been killed, wasn't exactly a surprise. If I treated people the way he did, I'd surely have a lot of enemies.
Okay, Reggies Verhalten.
Could you elaborate a bit on Mr. Willingham's behavior?
Oh, he was a proud one. Thought he was God's gift to mankind. Always strutting around, bragging about how many gratuities he'd earned or how many fist fights he'd won against drivers from Phillips. He had the shortest fuse I've ever seen, too. Just looking at him the wrong way could set him off. I'd always laugh to myself when he'd brag about how many women he'd had in a week.
Och, jetzt manche schleppen mal das ab, manche halt nicht. Das ist eben nun mal so. Aber das sollte nicht die Prio Nummer 1 sein im Leben.
Why is that?
Because it was obvious he had to pay for the pleasure. A man like that isn't going to get a woman
Ja,
otherwise.
gut, okay, oder so. Mein Kater schläft ja voll gemütlich, sehe ich gerade. Der Justice Killer.
Are you familiar with the so-called Justice Killer?
I've heard a few rumors here and there about some murders in the chum, but I haven't paid him much attention. There's plenty for me to worry about in my own life.
Aren't you concerned for your safety?
Not really. Well, I haven't done anything wrong. So if this loony's going around doing justice, it's nothing for me to worry about.
Eigentlich, ich habe ja nur noch getan, wenn diese Verrückte halt so rumläuft, um für Gerechtigkeit zu sorgen, dann habe ich nichts zu befürchten.
He makes a good point. I think we need to get a better idea of what exactly these victims did to incur the wrath of our killer.
I appreciate your time, sir.
Pleasure's all mine.
Kein Ding, Karte. Und dann zum zentrales Lampenlager. What the heck is going on?
You there! What are you doing?
NYPD, put your hands in the air or I will shoot. Put your hands. I say put your... Jimmy, ist alles cool. Man kann nichts gerade so, what the fuck? Alles cool, easy.
I'm Miles Fordham. I'm trying to find out about...
No time for that now! Get in here and shield your eyes!
I beg your pardon?
Wie bitte?
Just do it!
Just do it. Just. Jimmy, ist alles cool. Okay, er geht. Gut, von mir aus. Ich mach's mir kurz so bequem.
What's going on exactly?
Eine nukleare Zerstörung wird hier gleich... Das sieht chinesisch aus. Oh no! Nukleare Zerstörung wird hier gleich einhalten. Sie müssen sofort aufpassen. Setzen Sie eine lode Brille auf oder wir werden alle sterben, nur wegen Ihnen. Weil wenn das Augenlicht das trifft, dann gibt es eine nukleare mega 20-tonnenfache Explosion, wie Sie nur eine Hiroshima-Bombe nicht hätte auslösen können. Ich hör's grad schon, Brom.
Everything ready, Alex?
Sandra. Alter, dann
Two,
ich sehe sie tot.
one,
Oder blind. Eins von beidem. Oder beides. Todblind. Sie rennt.
Amazing! It works! It works!
Eine Glühbirne.
What works?
Chinesisch.
Etheric lamps! Our experiment was a success!
What exactly have we wandered into here, Miles?
Ich weiß es nicht, Bill. Ich habe das Gefühl, wir werden hier nie wieder lebend herauskommen.
Too bad you didn't get a chance to read that sign before their little experiment.
Ja.
I wouldn't get too close to that thing. It might end up turning you inside out. So this is where all the lamps in the city come from. I can't believe I never bothered finding out before.
Okay, wir reden mit
May
dem.
I ask you a few questions?
Of course! What would you like to know?
Der sieht ein bisschen der sieht aus wie, wie heißt denn der nochmal? Doc Brown aus Zurück in die Zukunft.